Emmett here from Haven for Heroes, a little different setup. We've got another Golden Age haul. But first I want to talk a little bit about my hat. So Rescue 3, New York City Fire Department, one of my customers, good guy named Chris, retired out of there. He brought me this hat. And then when some of my other customers saw it, they were like, hey, I have to bring it. So I'm going to have a good collection of hats from the New York City Fire Department, which I'm really happy about. I do like hats. At my shop, I give 10% discount to everybody who's been a veteran, is serving in the military now. Police officers, firemen, EMTs, they all get 10% off. And we usually try to take a little bit extra care of them when we do have a sale on top of our regular sales. It's just something that we do here. If you've got a shop out there, believe it or not, there's a lot of collectors in the public safety work sphere. So, you know, you might want to think about passing that around, letting them know that they're going to get a discount. All right, without further ado, let's get into the Golden Age haul. I have been super lucky lately. You know, you guys watched my last haul. It's actually not too long ago, and now I've gotten another one. And I'll point it out in here. It's something that I said, you know, I've never seen in my 10 years. I'll probably never get one. And I got at least one. All right, Adventures into the Unknown, number 32. I can't say that like most collections, but the majority of collections in this era, the books come in mid-grade is like your top end. So that is this collection also. Some low grade up to maybe mid-grade. So, but it's stuff you're not going to see, right? So this is number 37. All right, Commander Battle Atomic Sub number 5. I believe it's the same publisher of the last book. All right, same publisher again, ACG, and we have Forbidden Worlds number 23. Now these have comic codes. I actually consider them Silver Age. They came in the collection, so I wanted to put them in. This one doesn't have comics code, so this is probably pre-1956. The Commander Battle was post-56. For me, even 10-cent books, once they get the comics code, for me, that's the beginning of the Silver Age. So that's my philosophy. Some people may be different. Some people call every 10-cent book a Golden Age book. Not always. Mystery in Space, DC book, going to be prior to the 1956, no comics code, number 2. And Mystery in Space number 3. Mystery in Space 27, this is going to be after 1956. Then this is another ACG book that I'd never heard of before, Operation Peril. This is number 7. When I first went through the collection, I kind of bypassed this book as I thought it was like a 4-color. I didn't really I only took a really quick look at it. It's also very a low-grade book, but Captain Video. And this one is number 6. Now, this is Flying Saucers. This is awesome, awesome cover. Sadly, this was a 2-printed book. First print is worth double what the second print is, and this is a second print. You can tell the first print and the second print apart, not by the cover. You have to go inside. 1950 is the first print. This is a 1952. But man, great, great alien cover. There was only one. This book didn't have multiple issues. There was only the one issue. Now this is a 4-color. This is a Tom Corbett Space Cadet on Dell. This is the first issue of Tom Corbett's issue number 378. Now we have Fantastic Worlds. Very cool cover. Man, I love the science fiction from this era. All right, Science Fiction Space Adventures. Now this is on the, I believe it's the Charlton. Later DC bought all this out, I'm pretty sure. But this is number 11. I do have to change all the plastics, boards and bags and boards. This was the gentleman who brought it to me. It was his father's collection, and he had bagged and boarded it in the 90s. So it is well overdue, but I didn't have any Golden Age in stock because of the last 2 collections that I got in. But here is Star Spangled War Stories from DC. This is pre-code. It's number 29. Does have Gunner and Sarge, but not a key issue. I really don't look at key issue and not key issue. Of course, key issues in Golden Age are astronomical money, but pretty much every single book has value from the Golden Age because that is a hard collection to put together, and a lot of people are trying to get that done. So this is one of my favorite books from the collection. It's Mad number 11. Great cover, great art, and this is a hard mid-grade. This is definitely a 4.5 to a 5.5. It could use a cleaning. All right, Strange Adventures, and this is number 18. This has a lot of creasing, black cover, a lot of spine ticks. So this is probably in the 2.5 to 3.5 range, but you know, real pretty book. Now we have Strange Adventures 48. You can see once you get the lighter covers, you don't see the spine ticks as prominent or any creasing, which this book doesn't really have a lot of. The green has gotten a lot of filth on it. If you like to have your books cleaned, you really could help these out by doing that. I don't like to do any restoration at all, but here's another one of my favorite books out of here, Early Atlas Marvel Tales, number 134. It's really nice shape. Very little spine ticks, no creasing in the color sections, no foxing, no mice chewing. Yeah, that's a pretty good. And again, not a key issue, but. Now this book sadly had some upper corner damage. This is the Marvel Family number 69. And you can see this, it's all there. It's just gotten ripped from the spine and folded in. You know, I'm gonna be very delicate with that and try to put that back without losing any pieces, but that's gonna be a low grade book. Whiz Comics number 146, another Captain Marvel book in pretty decent shape for, you know, 50, 60 years old. This is probably 70 years old. So yeah, the really nice, we have a lot of filth on the spine. But no creasing, no spine ticks. Yeah, that's a really, really good shape. All right, now we've got Captain Marvel Adventures, number 117. Not as great as the last time we had number 5, and this is several years later, but still pre-code, right? So we're still pre-code superhero book in a mid-grade, very nice. And now 124, Captain Marvel Adventures. Very cool book. You know you're into the 50s because no more Nazis. Captain Marvel number 135. Again, these remarkable condition, you know, not nines or anything like that, but for sitting in a box for a long time. Until the 90s, they hadn't been bagged or boarded, and the gentleman told me they had just been sitting in a box stacked on top of each other in an attic, which is not great. Northeast is probably better than anywhere else, but it does get pretty hot in the summertime in an attic. Somebody's stuck down deep in the mouth of the dinosaur. Captain Marvel Jr., number 90. Like I said, we'll be rebagging and boarding these. I love all the animals coming out of the trunk. That makes this cover really, really cool. So we got Action Comics number 204. This is early Silver Age. This has the comic code on it. Look how big the comic code was back then. This is probably like right at 1956, early 57. And stay tuned for part 2. You're gonna wanna see the pre-code horror, and keep reading comics.